Welcome to your very first masterclass. Before we get started, let me give you a gift from myself and Fritz to you guys. Something that'll come in very handy throughout the competition.
Yay!
I feel special.
You are. You are special. Today isn't about teaching you how to recreate what I'm making, because as avid bakers and passionate foodies, I'm sure this is not your first rodeo. Today is more about inspiring you and celebrating fruit, of course. So I will be making this. Thank you, kind assistant. This is my delicious citrus Swiss roll with marmalade and Chantilly cream. Thank you.
She's definitely setting the bar high for us, and I'm sure she's expecting perfection.
This recipe is made using a genoise sponge. So we're going to whisk the eggs and the caster sugar. Here we've got some vanilla paste. What I always say to people is use the best of what you can afford, and if that happens to be essence, then that's good too. Right, so we whisk this until we get to ribbon stage.
I've whisked many an egg in my lifetime, and trust me, one false move and you're wrong, dead in the water. Zola, how do you know when your eggs are ready?
Okay, so you know that you've reached ribbon stage when you can lift your beaters and you draw an 8 on top of the batter, and before you finish the 8, you can still see the whole 8. Now, time for the dry ingredients. Purists will say that you should sift 3 times. I say life is too short, so 1 sifting will be more than enough. So I've got some cake wheat flour going into the sieve. Then in with our raising agent, which is our royal baking powder. Aerate the cake even more and make it even lighter and fluffier. And then we just sift. And then use a metal spoon. All of this is about retaining as much of the air that you have worked into this batter. Here is our tin, greased and then lined with paper. The paper is important because the paper is going to help us roll the Swiss roll once it comes out the oven. So this is ready to go into the oven. Please, guys, do not bang it into the oven and don't bang it on the counter, because why, guys? There you go.
Zola's cake is in the oven. I haven't seen any fruit. I wonder where the orange is going to come in.
As soon as it comes out the oven, you need to roll it. So as you can see, this one has been rolled already. So the idea here is to use the paper and roll the paper within the sponge. This obviously helps you to make sure that the sponge doesn't crack when you fill it down. So here I've got some marmalade. Marmalade is a strong flavor, so you want to sort of use it sparingly. And here I've got some Chantilly cream, which is basically some fresh cream whisked with icing sugar to taste and a bit of vanilla paste. Give that a good spread. And I like to leave that last edge without any cream on it, because you can imagine as you roll it, it'll push the filling. Now I use the paper just to help me re-roll into a neat little log.
Watching Zola roll her cake, I see how delicate she is with it. So seeing her do it so nicely and then coming out like such a perfect roll, it was beautiful to watch.
Now it's time to decorate. Because this is citrus themed, we've got a few citrus blossoms and leaves just to garnish the board. I would never put an inedible decoration on top of your bake. That's something to remember. We're finishing this off with an orange glaze. So this is some icing sugar, a bit of orange juice, and some orange zest. So more of that fruity flavor coming through. So here it is, guys, my citrus Swiss roll to inspire your fruity creations. Right, you have 30 minutes to plan. Make sure you use your books. Make sure that you know what your plan is. But before all of that, come, let's taste.